It really is funny to me how just 4 to 5 months ago, people were saying the Celtics should trade Jaylen Brown. Despite ending up as a number 2 seed last season, despite having one of the best stretches in NBA history, despite the finals run, people were still saying to trade Jaylen Brown. But here we are. We still find ourselves the Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum as the best duo in the NBA. I don't care if it's a wing pair. I don't care if it's a guard big pair. Best duo in the NBA, hands down. How do they do it? Today we're going to take a look at some of the little details Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum do in that game that make the game so easy and help make the Celtics an even better team. Before we do that, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications, hit the highlight videos dropping daily. Make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications. Let's get straight to it. Now with Tatum, what I really want to talk about today is his pace. Not just his pace on the ball with the side ups and his ISOs, but his pace when he's off the ball as well. We all know Tatum got the step back and the side steps and all that. Been doing that since high school, college. But he's really become an even better off-ball player as he's gotten into the NBA. And so notice here, slows down, he's about to set the screen, throws off Najee Marshall, throws off Dyson Daniels, slips out the last second, doesn't get the catch, tap pass to Horford in the corner, done. I just want you to focus on his pace in all these situations. Pace. Pace once again. Changing speeds. Alvarado on the deny. The back door is always going to be there if somebody's denying you the ball. It's just about how do you set it up. And the key to setups are pace. Tatum with the little football shimmy. Back door. Good pass by Cornette. Tatum with the easy dunk. The little details right here. Peep this. Peep this. Now the thing to pick and rolls and being able to make plays off pick and rolls is not about these two dudes up here. It's about being able to read this help side. And so notice as Tatum comes off this screen, hesitates just a little bit. He's reading, in this hesitation, he's reading Alvarado right here. And what does he read about Alvarado? He's just baiting. And as he's going up into this pass, he can either throw this to Cornette or throw this to Brogdon. Alvarado leaves, throws it up to Cornette. Alvarado's only about 6 foot, 6'1". He is not touching that ball. He's just not touching that ball. Now tell me, did Tatum go touch anything near 75% speed in this whole bucket right there? Just guess about how fast he went on a scale from 0 to 100%. I would say a cool 35%. A cool 35%. It's all about pace. If you can control your own pace, you'll be able to control the game. You don't allow the defender to be able to dictate how fast you go, you'll be able to control the game. And that's how Tatum makes the game look so smooth for him. And a lot of these other guys in the league too. But they just found their own little kick to it, their own pace. And that's what makes them so unique. On that cross. I know you already seen it. That setup on that cross. Forget the smoke layup. Forget the smoky. Drop. Crossover Valanciunas. Where you going, big fella? Valanciunas low-key looked like a European variant of Conor McGregor, bit. Again on that slip. Again on that slip. It was just super timely. Notice how he actually came to a stop. You'll see a lot of players come and set a screen and I'm literally go there and just go straight out. He actually came to a stop. And what does this do? Allow Najee Marshall to go out at Jaylen Brown. And now this opens a whole middle for Tatum to be able to cut. Doesn't get in the exact spot he wants. Has a size advantage against Murphy. Bump, reverse, has nothing but do but to foul. Now just watch that jab. You don't need to put as much on your moves as you think to be able to sell your moves. Look how subtle that jab is by Jayson Tatum. Look how subtle and slow it is. But yet Najee Marshall still goes for it. It's not as complicated as you think. It's these little things that a lot of players overcomplicate. They think that to sell your move, you have to be the fastest player on the court. You have to be the quickest. It's about playing at your own pace and not only using your feet, but using your whole body. Tatum moves the ball, moves his shoulders, uses his eyes.
Tatum, 7 on the clock.
Knockdown. And then gets straight into an open three.
Just to let people play. Today's been very entertaining game.
Again, he's moving at like 20% speed. 20% speed. He doesn't even need to do anything. He just sees Graham on this top side. White reads it too. And instead of trying to just go straight to the open area, which will alert Graham that he's trying to get somewhere with some urgency, now Graham is going to be in recovery mode and just try to blow this up, hands high, all that stuff. But Tatum stays at the same pace. Graham turns around. Tatum's already got good positioning, throws it right on time. Graham can't do nothing about it. In the ISO too. Now he has, of course, the shot. He's working against the clock. Clock's only going down, but notice his pace and his poise and his ability just to control his own movements. Attacks when he needs to attack and when he wants to attack.
I wasn't invited to those in college. Ooh, nice move again.
All of it. 3 things. Let's run this back right quick.
I wasn't invited to those in college.
Boom. That setup right there makes Najee Marshall not want to go to that top side because he knows that Tatum will make a back door on this. And even if Tatum doesn't have this back door, you can skip this to William. Brogdon has enough space to make that pass. Makes this catch. Horford, good hit. In and out on Hayes. That puts him off balance. And now he's in recovery mode. Opens him up. Veer step into the body of Hayes, takes out his ability to block the shot. Lay. Little details that make the game easy. And now Jaylen Brown. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown. We all watch Jaylen Brown. We seen him all these travels he gets called for, the carries and whatnot. They've been on him, but don't change the fact he got good footwork. Even though he do travel sometimes, he got some good footwork. Now Jaylen Brown, we're gonna talk about his footwork like we did Tatum's pace. His footwork and his angles. Just body Dyson Daniels. He body Dyson Daniels. That little jump into Daniels is what allows him to get the angle he needs to be able to get that layup to the rim. Instead of being scared of the contact and just going straight for it like he was just going downhill, push that shoulder into him, bumps, gets that lay. One more time. And that ain't no foul. Dyson Daniels is coming over. Dyson Daniels, if he was set and Jaylen Brown just jumped into him, yeah, it would have been a foul, but not. Easter Bunny. Peep the read on the split, though. Peep what allowed Jaylen Brown to get this split. Watch Hayes. He hopped. He hopped not once on this play. He hopped twice. He hopped to try to get out to Jaylen Brown, and then he hopped again in the air because he got fooled on that pump fake. But now that he hopped off the ground on this, when Jaylen Brown comes off the screen, he doesn't have enough time to be able to get set and be able to move his feet properly so that he could stay in front of Jaylen Brown. Splits that. Boom, in recovery mode once again, like Jayson Tatum did to him last time with that in and out. Recovery mode again. Stopped on the dime. Where you going? And he kept that back foot down. He ain't chopper right there. But he smoked it. But he cleaned up his own mess. Veer step again. I don't want you to watch just the feet right here though. Watch his elbows. Watch his arm. He uses that arm as a little extra momentum to keep him going downhill. And it cuts off Dyson Daniels' momentum. So now it's only helping him as he attacks the rim. Now at times he does get called for a foul on this where he does a little too much and it's a little too obvious, or a defender's good enough to sell this and show him that, oh, he moved me out the way with his arm or his elbow. That's offensive foul. Like a guy like Smart in situations like this, if if he's realized this on time, boom, he's falling to the ground. But moving downhill, it's tough to read in time. But if he's staying still, for sure, that's what he's doing. Same thing here at Valanciunas. The same veer. It's just in the half court. It's just in the half court. Notice that ball goes there. Now this is where he can mess up on it. Good defenders will see the ball is right there. Boom. Hit it right off his leg because his left leg is coming up. Hit it out of bounds. Going another way. Turnover. But there's the same thing to Valanciunas. But the only thing, to fix that and make that move as best as possible, keep that ball around this left side of the body on that left shoulder. Now, if you're going the other way, right shoulder. You'll see guys like Kyrie do this all the time. Nearly every time. That's how you protect the ball. His footwork in that mid-range is so good, bro. It's so sharp. And those fading shots he be hitting from wherever, tough. I ain't gonna lie, he been bodying Dyson Daniels. He was bodying Dyson Daniels last night. Pause. But the one thing I'll say for sure, Jaylen Brown got over Jayson Tatum. I'll say he's a little better finisher. Just a little better finisher. He's able to get through contact sometimes better. Tatum got the handle for sure. But Jaylen Brown got that mid-range a little better because his footwork bag is a little bigger. Now, depending on the night, who's a better tough shot maker? Depends on the night. They both hit a lot of tough shots. Like this one right here. Now, I don't even want you to worry about that shot. The key to being a good shot maker, though, is you've got to be able to change the trajectory of how you shoot your shots. You can't shoot it with the same arc every time because you're going to have different defenders, different hands, different heights. You're going to have to shoot it at different angles, different movements. All that stuff's going to be different nearly every time. And now on this one, Nance on this contest. Walls up, hands up high. He's got to shoot over the top. And so I could guarantee you that when players like Jaylen Brown are working out in the summer, they're not just working on regular shots, the same shot every time. They're working on all these different scenarios that allow them to be able to hit shots like this when it comes time for the game.
I've ever seen. Really? Yeah, that was good. Better than the teacup lady.
Ain't gonna lie, he traveled on that one. Like I was saying before, he be traveling sometimes. But ooh, they ain't call it. Take that 40 piece. That took him from 39 to 41. But this, I see a lot of players do this all the time. When they get into these triple threat moves, they get too antsy. They move that foot before they drop that ball. Now the refs miss that because the move is quick. Sometimes they'll catch it, sometimes they won't. But end of the day, I mean, if they ain't call it, they ain't call it. But they just need peep more stuff. But that's the end of this video. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, best duo in the NBA currently at this moment. Now you could argue Paul George, Kawhi, they're not been healthy. LeBron, AD, not been healthy. So like, there's not at this current moment. There's nobody that I would say is a better duo than Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Yet they're still telling them trade Jaylen Brown, man. You need to take that smell off his name, bro. Yo, telling trade Jaylen Brown and all this. Get KD, but you need to think longevity. Think longevity. If they got KD, they got what, 3-4 years with KD before we gone. But if they kept Jaylen Brown, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown could be a duo for a decade. Over a decade, bro. Got to think about it. Celtics NBA championship is for sure coming soon. Team is way too young, got way too many good pieces to not win a championship soon. So heard it here first. And today's date is January 12th, 2023. Celtics championship is going to come soon. And that's the end of this video. Boston Celtics, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown hitting highlights. Best duo in the NBA versus New Orleans Pelicans. 72 piece for the two of them this night. 41 from Jaylen Brown, 31 from Jayson Tatum. Make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and we out of here.